Hello again, this is Pam. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I have a little box project to share with you today. It is a flip top lid style, and that's the inside, and it's square. This one I made with Hello Honey and Strawberry Slush, and this one is made with Tangerine Tango and Island Indigo. And on this one I've used ribbon. This one I've used designer series paper, and the one that I'm going to make for you today is even different than these two, different colorways. So for this one I'm going to use the new In Color Mossy Meadow, and I planned this box out to use a piece of cardstock that is the same size as a card base. It is 5.5 by 8.5 inches. So if you use an 8.5 sheet, 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, you'll get two boxes out of one sheet. So to start off with, cut your paper, like I said, at 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And you want to score it starting off at this side with the long edge at the top. So put the 8.5 inch length at the top of your Simply Scored and score it at 1.5 inches, 4 inches, 5.5, and 8 inches. And then turn it the other direction with the short side at the top, and you're going to score it at 1.5 inches and 4 inches. And I will have this project up on my blog, and I'll have a link below the video at wearestampers.blogspot.com, so you can have all of the details on there for you. So after you get the cardstock all scored, you want to fold and burnish on all your score lines, and I've already done a few steps to save a little bit of time on the video. So I've already burnished all of my score lines, and to start cutting at the long end, you want to cut up on these tabs on both sides. So I've already done that, and then this is the top part where the little 1/2 inch score line is. This is going to be the lid, but we only need this center piece. So I'm going to cut these two sides completely off because they are not needed on your lid. So you can either cut it by hand, or if you want to make sure that it's straight, you can put it onto your Stampin' Trimmer and cut them straight that way. I am going to try with the scissors. Sometimes I don't always get them straight, but we'll try it today. That one's crooked, I can see. I need a longer pair of scissors. That would help dramatically, but we'll just cut it this way for now. That's really crooked. But of course it's on video. The very first one I did is all nice and straight, of course. Maybe I'll get my big scissors out and try to trim that off a little bit, because that is way crooked. And that doesn't look very nice. These scissors aren't very sharp. I've had them for so long. That's a lot better. Alright, so once you have that cut out for your lid, I am going to round the corners off, and I just use the envelope punch board because it already has a built-in corner rounder. So I'm just going to round those two corners right off for your lid, so it goes down inside and closes a little bit smoother. Now, before you start putting the box together, it's a lot easier to put on your designer series paper. So I've already attached these pieces, and you need 4 of them, and they measure 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And this DSP is from the new mini DSP stack called Olive Bloom. It is another one of their small DSP stacks that's in the new catalog, and there's a lot of familiar patterns from past designer series papers that are in this stack. I'll kind of give you a little bit of peek there, but I love those papers. So I chose this pattern, which is Strawberry Slush and Mossy Meadow, and I've already glued those down. And you want to make sure, if you're like, this designer series paper actually goes one direction. Here's a whole sheet of it here. So if you cut your paper to where it's sideways, your flowers are going to be all sideways. So make sure, if your paper does have pattern, that you're cutting it out the right direction, which I did the first time. So the last piece that I have is for the lid, and that one measures 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and I'm going to glue that down to the front of the lid. Like I said, I already have these done. Using liquid glue. You could use the snail adhesive or the brand new super adhesive, which I haven't got the new glue adhesive runner yet to try that out. Fast Fuse it's called. I like the liquid glue. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so that is the designer series paper all on there. Now, to notch the front out, as you can see on this one, I have a little finger notch there that I did, and I used the small oval punch on that. And all you need to do is put your cardstock in just a little way, maybe 1/4 of the way in, and just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be real large. Punch that out, and that just gives you that notch for grabbing hold of the lid. So to start assembling it, again, I'm going to use my liquid glue so I can get a little bit of play with it. This flap here is going to overlap a little bit onto the other one. So I put a little, one little strip of glue down there just to hold those pieces together, so it's not loose inside of the box. And then when they come together, it'll hold. So just put glue, or I said if you use sticky strip, that's fine. Alright, I got the sides all glued together and squared off. So that's basically your box made, and then your little flap comes down and it closes shut. So for the embellishments on this one, I have used the little cupcake, and it is from the Peace, Love, and Cupcake stamp set. It's brand new out of the catalog. And I have inked that in Strawberry Slush and Soft Suede, and I have attached with liquid glue the new sequins. And there are stars, the regular round sequins, and there's hearts in here, and this is the 2013-2015 in colors. So I've already attached that and let it dry, and it holds very well. And then for and another embellishment, I'm going to put that star on there, and for that one I'm going to use a glue dot, and I want to raise it up just a little bit so it's not flat. So I'm going to take the glue dot and kind of roll it to give it a little bit of dimension on the star, so it pops up a little bit without having to use a Stampin' Dimensional. I haven't tried the Stampin' Dimensionals on the sequins yet. I would imagine that they would hold fine, but I think a glue dot would work alright. Yeah, see, that's good. Now I have put I put Stampin' Dimensional on the back, so I'll take that off and put that up here in the corner. And for the sentiment, I've used the stamp set Teeny Tiny Wishes Happy Birthday out of this set, and I inked that in the Mossy Meadow, and I sponged it around with, after I punched it out with the Modern Label punch, and sponged it around with Strawberry Slush. And I have Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that one as well. So peel the backing off and put that onto the front, centering it upside down. That looks good. And that's the completed little gift box. Now you could put ribbon around here, and maybe a thin, real thin 1/4 inch or something, and tie a little bow if you wanted to decorate the sides of it a little bit more, but I think it looks cute just like that. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to visit my blog. Bye!